Let's imagine that after his defeat on Mustafar, Vader ended up on our planet. We will analyze all of his injuries, choose the best hospital for him, select the coolest prosthetics and, most importantly, estimate the cost of his treatment. Could he survive? Let's find out. Let's go to Mustafar, to the moment when we last saw Anakin Skywalker in all his glory before his complete transformation into a machine-like entity. His arrogance and desire to prove his superiority clouded his judgment, leading him to make a fatal leap. And what happened as a result? With a single swing of a lightsaber, the young Sith Lord lost all his remaining limbs, his left arm below the elbow and both legs above the knees. But it doesn't end there. Vader was also engulfed in flames. Nearly everything was burned. Skin, muscles and cartilage on his ears. His corneas and retinas suffered severe damage and the eardrums melted from the heat. Vader's injuries extended to his internal organs as well. His vocal cords were severely damaged by the fire. He could still speak, but only in a barely audible whisper. His upper and lower respiratory tracts were severely affected, not just from the fire, but also from the ash and toxic hot atmosphere of Mustafar. So, let's make a diagnosis. Loss of 4 limbs with all the resulting consequences, 3rd and 4th degree burns which cover approximately the entire body, multiple burns to external and internal organs resulting in severe respiratory insufficiency, partial loss of vision and partial hearing loss. Honestly, listening to this, it seems impossible for him to survive. But let's not give up hope. We need to find the best hospital for the initial treatment and the best prosthetics to compensate for the lost limbs. For the hospital, I chose the Grossman Burn Center in Los Angeles, California. Not only is it the first one that pops up on Google as the best burn center in the world, but most importantly, these guys specialize exclusively in burns. They have the most modern equipment and extensive experience in treating burns of varying degrees of severity. The center also displays images of its patients before and after the treatment. In some cases, you can never tell that a person has ever had severe burns. In addition, the website offers a list of services that are very suitable in our case. Apart from the initial treatment, the center provides reconstructive services to make Vader look less scarred and deformed, hyperbaric oxygen therapy similar to the medical capsule we saw in Revenge of the Sith, and even psychological care. Our Sith Lord will definitely need this when he wakes up. Because I lack medical expertise, I asked ChatGPT to assist me. I provided it with the diagnosis and asked these tricky questions. What will the healing process involve?
Based on the injuries described, healing process would be complex and lengthy. Treatment would involve a combination of surgical interventions, including skin grafts and reconstructive surgeries, as well as ongoing wound care, pain management, and rehabilitation. The goal would be to restore as much functionality and quality of life as possible.
Can you predict how long it will take for him to heal?
Given the severity of Darth Vader's injuries, it is challenging to predict an exact time frame for healing. It could take several months to years, depending on the individual's response to treatment and the complexities of his injuries.
What will be the cost of this treatment?
As for the cost, treating such extensive injuries would be extremely expensive.
Based on the severity and complexity of his injuries, it is reasonable to assume that the cost would likely be closer to or even exceed $5 million USD.
This is a very rough estimate, but we have no other choice but to accept it. Let's keep this answer. The price for hospital treatment is $5 million. Now we need our guy to walk again and be able to hold his lightsaber, so let's find the best prosthetics in the world. I conducted some quick research and ended up with these options. For the hands, I chose the Ability Hand developed by Psionic. From what I found, most of the expensive prosthetics costing over $30,000 to $40,000 are pretty much the same. However, the Ability Hand allows a person to feel what they are doing through various sensors and vibrations, and from the videos that I've seen, it's really durable. We'll need 2 of them, each costing about 30 grand, making a total of $60,000. For the legs, I chose the Utah Bionic leg. First of all, it has robotic knee, ankle and toe joints to provide more stability and comfort while walking. Secondly, it incorporates neural interfaces to establish a connection between the user's nervous system and the prosthetic limb. This technology enables more natural movement and control as if it were an intact biological leg. This bionic leg even has artificial intelligence that assists in walking and maneuvering. Sounds like an amazing option. One leg costs 70 grand, so we have a total of $140,000. The last thing we need is some sort of portable breathing device. I found the EMV Plus portable ventilator. It is designed for military use, which means it is durable. It weighs 4.4 kilograms, which is around 10 pounds, making it suitable for daily use. The device costs $9,000. Let's quickly recap the prices and calculate the total cost of Vader's treatment. $5 million for the initial hospital treatment at the Grossman Burn Center in Los Angeles. This cost includes specialized burn treatment, reconstructive services, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and psychological care. The estimated cost for prosthetic hands is approximately $60,000 for 2 units. For the legs, an estimated cost of $140,000 for 2 units. Furthermore, portable ventilator priced at around $9,000 would be necessary to assist with breathing on a daily basis. This makes a total of $5,209,000. That's pretty expensive. And here I present how Vader would look if he ended up on Earth. Alright, here's the actual image. If we are to answer the initial question, could Darth Vader survive on Earth? Hell no! Even with Vader's extraordinary powers granted by the Force, it is highly unlikely that he would survive if he found himself on Earth. Not to mention that an ordinary human with such injuries would most certainly die within a few minutes. The only way to survive this is to live somewhere in the galaxy far, far away, have a very strong connection with the Force, and plot armor, of course. Although life after the treatment can hardly be called the life of a human, it is more likely the life of a slave, which Vader has always been. If you're intrigued by the experience of a slave in the Star Wars universe, watch this video for an immersive exploration. If you have something to say, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like on your way out. See ya!